Greetings, everybody. How you like the night shift? For the first time in 18 months, we're not hearing anything about the big C. This C business here. It's very smart, you know. It has its moments when it stays in and hide, and when it comes out and attacks. And now what we're seeing is for the first time in 18 months, the concern about saving lives is put on the back burner because now we're talking about, witchcraft or necromancy. And rightfully so. The time is now that people are exposed. Okay. And one of the things I want to tell you in this video is that dancehall got exposed because many of these ones you see coming out now and calling up this supposedly cult leader's name and talking, they're scared. They're giving the argument ahead of the evidence because guess what? They don't know what is going to come out. Every single one of these ones you hear come out, these dancehall people, without naming names, they're all involved with the man. He could have only got as famous and as prominent in Jamaica because of his associations. Okay? So today I'm not talking about his innocence or his guilt because that's not for me to decide. But I'm going to talk about the hypocrisy of the nation. Place that is steeped in obia to the point where they are going to go to people who are scammers. Many of them get scammed. And don't believe it's the older folks. The young people are heavily involved in witchcraft. Heavily. Some of them want to tie people's son, the women, the girls. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're going to focus on the dance hall artists that are talking. Guilty, guilty, guilty. They're so guilty and they're nervous. But I'm thinking to myself, if this man is steeped in such evil, aren't they worried? They should be very worried because even if he's behind bars, it doesn't change the fact that he would have these powers. The thing is getting very interesting to me. I already say that the real reason for him to be behind bars is not because of his involvement with a cult, because Jamaica's religion is cult-like. The dominant religion is cult-like, every aspect of it. Remember, the difference between a religion and a cult is that the religion, the government accepts it or says it's okay. But government has not been religious in the island of Jamaica. Otherwise, when such a crisis was going on, if the government was, into religion, they would have called an island-wide, prayer and fast, and the church would not have been affected. Everything else would have been affected except the church. But on paper, and not really principle, but the appearance of principle, Christianity seemed to be that religion that they accept. But they don't pay obedience to the deities in Christianity. It is other deities that they are heavily involved in and invested in. And so anyone who wants fame and power are involved with these dark forces. I told you for a while that I would see these things and they're so scary. And you see every single person, excuse me, every person who is heavily involved are invested in it. And one by one, they're coming out. So any of the artists you see come out and making pronouncements now is because they are involved and they're trying to clear their name. They're worried that this man is going to call their name. They're worried that, pictures are going to show them with this individual. All I want to say to you is not too long ago, the argument came that it was time to decriminalize Obia. Why? Because people saw the value of it and they were using it. They never stopped using it. When I was a kid growing up in Jamaica, you always heard people saying they're going to see these people. And Jamaica invited people from Africa and invite people from India. You see on the TV station, don't let them fool you, they're hypocrites. You see on the TV station, they're advertising Indian people doing readings and promising to tie marriages or to untie or to do whatever on the TV station. So Nationwide and TVG and CVM, you all are hypocrites because you advertise these things. What is this? What are these Indian people doing in Jamaica? What are they doing? Hmm? They're not when they're making promises to people about, giving them wealth and, giving them husband or tie and untie. So how is this thing a big deal? Where the entire nation of Jamaica now standing up right and speaking as if they are against what that pastor is doing. Anyone who is associated to such powerful people would be offering services to these persons. This is what I say, and I sometimes make general statements, and I don't want people to think that I don't love my people, I don't love my country. But sometimes when I see the hypocrisy, I cannot stand it. I can't stand it. Dancehall artists have used dark science against each other for fame. Most of them you see out here getting the spotlight and whatever, they're deep, they're dark, they're dangerous, they're evil. Even when they're in a place of prominence in the dancehall fraternity, they're still trying to harm somebody else who is not even close to them. Some of the artists that have passed away, some of these same artists are the ones who did evil to them and caused them to perish. Sometimes you hear the young girl driving her car and she have accident and she's gone. Sacrifice. They sacrifice each other all the time. Some of them pay people to destroy other artists like themselves. Bogo disappearance from this earth is because of the wicked, evil dancehall people. Don't pay mind to them. I'm not saying dancehall itself is a bad thing. I'm just saying some of the players in dancehall are pure evil. Don't pay any attention to them. I'm enjoying not listen. I turn off the volume on all of the videos that I watch and just read the comment section. And the people are so righteous and so holy. Wicked. And more of their stories are going to come out. More as they try to expose that man and separate themselves from him, the more you get to say, so you're one of them. Yeah, you're one of them. You're all involved in the old thing. So when they think they're disgracing this man, they're just showing the world who they are and what they are up to. Okay? And these ones are not trying to become powerful to learn themselves because of their, African spirituality or their drawings to it. They're doing it for the worst reasons. Sometimes they're getting involved with people who are able to use the energies to do pure evil. Okay? And them trying to distance themselves from it or try to proclaim that they're so righteous is just pure nonsense. Okay? Nationwide radio or whatever that is coming out here, they're the mouthpiece. They're a mouthpiece saying the most. All of their stories, all of their involvement. And let me tell you, with this thing, every person who is involved with anything dark will be exposed. Remember, the last 18 months or 24 months have been a period where we are seeing truth coming out. Those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will see and hear. It's not a time when we can, pretend to be something and we're not. Okay? And we're not talking about just simple flaws. We're talking about people who are into some dark missions. They're talking about human sacrifice. Excuse me. That's the same nation who 2012 said it was time for tourism, medical tourism. People who don't have hospitals. They can't even help their own people. They don't even believe in their own medical system. Otherwise, they wouldn't fly out. They were talking about time for harvest. What do you think that is? Invite people to the nation and give them and sell them parts. Don't pay attention to them. Stay blessed, everybody.